Everybody, climb on aboard your first class train ride to your destiny. Yes, yes. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get this open, get it up and running, let some people get in here. Ooh, it's chilly today. Really chilly today. It was nice and pretty down here. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get these long ones, man. Hope everybody's been doing good, staying blessed. This is the February portal 222 portal. Yes. Yeah. All right, we got it going on. Oof. Just got finished eating some salmon. Yeah. On a new diet, I figured out why I couldn't gain any weight. It's, I had my gallbladder taken out a couple of years ago, so it's acting up. And so I'm on a diet to try to gain some weight. I could figure out why I couldn't gain some weight. If I'd have known what I know right now, I probably wouldn't have had it taken out, but it was pretty extreme. Uh, Welcome back, everybody who has been a good rider on the train, and OGs, welcome back. What's up? If you're new, welcome aboard. We hope you like it here. We try to talk to the positive. We talk about love, whatever comes up. I've been so busy lately, guys. It's nice to have, purpose, and my job and my days go so well. I stay so happy. Um, it's nice to get who I was back, and it feels really, really, really good. It's not always comfortable. You have to go through that shadow side, um, to work through those things and understand a little bit why things happen. You don't always understand why someone else does something, but you can understand why you do things or why things happen. What's up, Logan? Logan the hamster. Man, you gotta stay off that wheel, bro. It doesn't go nowhere. Oh Lord. All right, it's 120221. Like I said, we're on the 222s. I've been seeing quite a bit of them lately. Get out your piece of paper. If you're new, write it on a piece of paper. Sometimes I give numbers, so you can go back and check those for your numerology and your angel message or your scripture. Um, oh, thank you. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome aboard. Here I teach you how to stay emotionally intelligent here and how to navigate your life so it's better for you and a lot much more happier and able to handle things. I suggest for the new folks to always bring a notebook with you because, or anytime you're reading anything on my channels or any of the past videos, energy is fluid, okay? That's how I read. I read the energy and I work with the frequencies of music. Those genius lyricists, okay? Just remember, the word relate works with frequencies. Most people don't know that. So if you don't understand that, sometimes, music, we've been programmed in the past by the frequencies, and now they're starting to change some of the old songwriters and their music to a different frequency because they used to program us through the frequencies and kind of controlled us a little bit. They did that with movies, sublimation. So I hope you can understand that. So something that might vibe with you, you could use that. Or if you don't know a whole lot about music or frequencies, they heal. Everything has a vibration, everything. Heartbeats, rumbles, music, everything. Animals use sounds, tones to talk to each other. Angels talk to us through that. So, and that's also how God talks to us. God and the universe are pretty much the same. I work with different channels. I like Pandora's box because I'm always an adventurous and an optimist. So we say whatever fits you, but don't make it fit. Not all of it, some of it, or part of it may, catch you or trigger you. So if something does trigger you, then you need to review that and see why, or how it's affecting you. If you're emotionally intelligent, those are called emotions, right? So all emotions are action words. So that's why I would say, show me, don't tell me, just show me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times those emotions go around in our head, which is called the shadow side, or it creates a physical reaction. And some things, depending on the vibrations or the frequency that you are around, whether it's people or whatever, we call the negative and the positive. If you're balanced within yourself with like the twin flame, which would be the red flame and the blue flame. Blue flame is emotions, red flame is your passions, right? So I'm going to probably talk a little bit about that tonight if it comes up. But you can balance that within yourself. Everybody has that masculine and feminine energy within them, and it has to be balanced. Men are more traditional. They can be spiritual and traditional and conditioned, which should change because, a lot of the reason why people aren't emotionally or they get scared of it is because they were taught that, like when they were babies, of course we had to cry, right? We couldn't talk. So we would cry to get what we need, and then as we grew up, our parents would try to get us to talk, and then the next thing you know, we're asking questions because we're curious, or when we're hurt, even if we stub our toe. A lot of times the males were told, you keep crying, I'm going to give you something to cry for, so then they shut down. But at the same time, some women go through that as well. My charger isn't charging on the music here. It was a little low tonight, so I'm trying to give it a little chance to charge. If not, I can still work with the energy. I'm glad you guys are here. Yeah, it's a little low tonight. I didn't get to charge it before I got home, so we'll just work with that like it is. I'll just channel messages for now until it charges up enough. If not, we just do what we gotta do. How is everybody? I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. I worked pretty hard this week. Not as hard as the last week. And tomorrow I'm going to take some time off to go do something after my regular job. I'm going to go and enjoy myself. Yes. Walk around, get a little exercise. Where I've been working at, it's been busy, a lot of people. So now it's kind of calmed down a little bit. So now I get to go down there and enjoy it. It's called Galveston, Texas. And I love it. It's the sister city to New Orleans. And it reminds me of home. And I just want to live there. See the old buildings and things like that. So I've moved quite a bit in my lifetime. And to see different places is awesome. Awesome. I'm doing good, Logan. Is y'all first time here? I've got the lights on a lavender color. That is Angel Michael's color. Sometimes I have Raphael, he's green, But I usually listen to the music and it's in my ears, so you guys can't always see it because, they'll mark it. But some people do that on their channels. I mean, I used to use YouTube music as well. I also do like songs. There's one song I want to do by the Scorpions. But things are moving in my life. I'm trying to get to a place where I'm steady. I have my own place, and I can, do what I need to do and get my studio up back and running. Wish I had my big studio. I had a studio for artwork as well as my studio for that. We got some mosquito hawks. They're starting to come out. This thing isn't charging great. Hope y'all had a good Valentine's. Of course, myself, I believe Valentine's should be all the time. You should, if you have somebody you love, you should always show them love every day. Getting to that, guys, I'm going to explain to y'all something. Most people don't know what bliss is or kundalini. Kundalini is a special love that two people have, and it's like your kingdom spouse. And not too many people get to experience it in their lifetime. So you have to be in tune and understand the love frequency. God is love. It's nirvana. It's bliss. And a lot of your earth angels have those capabilities. And I've said this before a couple of videos back about the DNA that the two uh, twin flames have is uh, a healing DNA. Okay, a lot of times the women will have it first because they create life. Hello, together. What's up? Well, that's a strange name. Together we can't. Okay. 1042-103. It was 41. Um, so a lot of times, how you know you have a twin flame is when y'all spoon each other and you're naked. Okay, you're spooning each other, and you feel that electric spark. Okay, and when you look into somebody's eyes, you can see it's like a sparkle in their eyes, like a waterfall. Okay, that's the agave love. So that's how you know you're in love. You should never fall in love with anyone, and I'll explain that too. But getting back to that, so you heal each other. And the twin flame journey sometimes is a little hard because they're not always on the same timeline. One is above, the other is below. But when they do come together, it causes a spark. But if the only way that this can be broken, it's called an ordained relationship. You're married first in heaven or the ethers, and the wedding here is the celebration. So when you are together here, the only way that that can break up is if the other one cheats. Now I'm going to explain this. When when this is ordained, an ordained marriage, it's a totally different vow, totally different thing. You're both purified before you get together, like as if you are a new love. Even if you've been married before, or you were a player, or you dated different people. And you give your heart to them, it goes into their chest. Their heart comes into your chest. It's kind of like the home is where the heart is. It's not where you were born or where you were raised as a child. It is the love that you have. And the only way it can be broken is if someone cheats. Now, there's different forms of cheating. There's allowing other people into your relationship, family, friends, or a lover, emotionally as well. Whoever breaks that, okay, because now you are as one body. One is the blue flame and one is the red flame. Y'all balance each other, okay? So when one stabs the other one in the heart or the back, that's why you never want to do that. Even if you still love them, you still don't want to hurt them, because why? You're going to hurt yourself because it's now in their chest. So, and a lot of times when they stab that person in the back, they're stabbing it through the heart or betraying them. Then they're the ones that's going to be betrayed. They lose all the favor, they lose all the blessings, and then they're stuck with all that. The other person takes back that other flame, and then they give it to themselves, and they start giving that love back. Okay, getting back to the love thing. When you fall in love, it's not a good thing. When you're in love, it's the good thing because it's inner as well. Even though you're two separate people, you're still loving yourself. You're not falling into, like, the only thing I can explain is like if you jump over, if you go to jump, some people jump off a building, they unalive themselves, okay? So, um, what they want to do is relieve themselves of this pain because you pretty much have given all yourself to that love, to, to try to nurture it, which means you overgave. So, um, when people do that, they want to relieve that, right? Because they lost themselves, they want to relieve that. So they think that if they do that, then all the pain's going to go away. But no, all they did was remove themselves from this life. So when the difference between falling in love and in love is two different things. You never want to fall into love. It's a trap. So you want to be in love. And you can love other people, um, but you want to be in love. And then in the relationship, as you grow together, you should be balanced. You've got to keep loving yourself as well as giving to the other person. But you got to be interdependent. You still have to keep your identities. So when you have the two twin flames together, even though they're separate, but you're as one, and that's how you explain. So when the other one is gone or betrayed, then the other one takes that back. And that's when things start manifesting again. You're investing all that love. You're not worried about love again, because at this point, it's very hard to find that in a lifetime. So what happens, the one that betrayed will be looking for that all their life. They'll never get it again. So the only way that things can change is they have to find themselves and find their way back, if possible, before that timeline totally changes. You know what I'm saying? Like the old saying, make it right. Or at least friendship or something. But sometimes, people go away and then sometimes they come back. But the one that reclaimed that whole love back, they start manifesting and they start um, attracting maybe a new contract. Hello, Tactical. Yes, I am talking about the secrets of the universe. Yes. Yeah, you're very smart over there, Tactical. Very smart. And I'm not a bro, but I'm a bro. Brother or sister. I'm a sister. But, sometimes we say bro. But let's just figure out here, the gender really doesn't matter in the universe. It matters the emotional intelligence or the love. So when you think of something like manifesting, everything is a vibration, right? So it sends out a signal. It goes, the vibration goes on that light, and then it travels to where it's got to go. So when you're emotionally, it's like your head over your heart. It's easier for your heart to catch up with your head than it is for your head to catch up with your heart, because the heart wants what it wants. It's kind of spoiled. So you want to stay emotionally intelligent. You don't want to be too strong on your desires. Just put them there and then know that it will show up. That's how the universe works. The universe doesn't care about emotions so much. It will give you what you think about, what you talk about. So you have to be very careful, even when this is why you don't want to talk about bad about somebody or wish bad for somebody, because that will come back to you, for sure, for sure. You know, uh, when we have these negative emotions, and all emotions are action words. I don't care what they are. Envy, all of those, and when you get stuck in those traps, that south node energy, then it starts coming out into your world. What's up, Lane Smiley? How much we take for granted? I don't know how much you take for granted. But I do know that I am appreciative every day. And we should not take somebody for granted and expect them to be there, because they may not. They're on their timeline. It's like if somebody abandons somebody and wants them to chase them, but they close all the doors. They didn't close that cycle. They left it open and they keep going and keep going and keep going. You wonder why you're not manifesting anything, and you wonder why you don't have anything. You never achieve because of fears or whatever that is, okay? But I don't take people for granted. because I know what it feels like. And a lot of people, took Jesus for granted. You know what I'm saying? Or because you're a kind person, they take that as a weakness, and they think, oh, well, they'll be there when I get back because maybe they did that with somebody before. But maybe that other person stayed in that codependent relationship for a reason too. Maybe for a title, maybe for money. You know what I'm saying? So if someone doesn't show you reciprocation and you feel lonely in a relationship, it's time to let that go. So even if somebody walks away from you, you have to let go. I mean, you just, it is. It's going to happen. You have to keep putting forward and take care and love yourself. It's amazing. So whenever you do that, so whatever's inner, it becomes outer. As above, so below. Hello? Mm-hmm. Hello, baby. But a lot of people take for granted about the things that you can't touch. The things that are really important. All they care about is money or status or being liked by the wrong people. People pleasing is not good. When you allow other people to rule your dreams, then therefore you are sacrificing them for the sake of others. Like example, a person wanting their child to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't, sometimes even our parents don't want us to be the best we can be. They want to live through us. Or they don't say something better because they like a power trip or whatever. It's just a lot of different reasons. But when you become a certain age, it's time for you to parent yourself, be your best friend, those kind of things. And you'll know if you're emotionally intelligent, who is for you and who isn't. I mean, I've got such a deeper understanding now of what love languages are, and where it's coming from. Love is not just from a partner, okay? And if you just want to be, patted on the back or just want to hear that you're right all the time, you're never going to be happy. You're just justifying behavior. And a lot of our stuff starts in the home. Sometimes people think that they're not the same because they grow up in a religious family, or this family, they didn't have any religion. They didn't have the basics to get to spirituality, which is your connection to your higher good self, the universe, and God, right? So I've been meeting so many people that understand my language. When I meet them every day, I meet religious people. I meet people that are non-denominational. I've met people who are atheists. I've met people that just, into the universe. Thank you, Wayne. And the vehicle that I ride in is God's vehicle too. Just like the phone talks, my phone plays the music to talk to you guys. My truck does the same thing. There was a guy I met today. He said the pastor at their church was just talking about the same thing that I'm talking about at the moment. And this is an older gentleman. Talking about, being at the right place at the right time, frequencies and things like that. So a lot of the churches are starting to, because a lot of people were taught in the church, and they knew those things, but were afraid to talk about them. Because even in some of the churches, they were worried about what people thought. And in order to live an authentic life, you have to stand for something, or you're going to fall for everything and follow the next person just to belong. When there is a lot of people out here that are into the same things and want to know more. This guy was telling me about how a friend of his has always seen certain numbers. For a long time, I remember during the pandemic, I kept seeing 11, 11 everywhere. 11, 11. Today, yesterday, I've been seeing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2s, which is the portal. So I tried really hard today to reach my goal and then get here to talk to you guys. So tonight, I guess, um, you know, uh, I'm supposed to be channeling and teaching tonight rather than the music. And right now I'm playing the frequencies of the twin flame and the love. So, is that Bridget Macaroon? Who's that? Clover? So, so tonight, we have on Sundays, you're supposed to have church and all of that, scriptures and things like that. I'm not as well versed as I was. I just know it in the layman's terms. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I do look up a lot when I need to, that I'm called to. I'm, you know, just out here feeling the world. My church is in my truck, which is crazy because I help people every day. Today was about healing animals. What stuff to use to heal an animal. I was talking about food today. Because you guys, if y'all know that I'm trying to find a school and I'm trying to find a place so I can get settled in and do some research. 3166101. Um, that is building beginnings, equal give and take, double that, balance, and 101 is 11. Matter of fact, it's funny because my name, the numbers add up to 101, which is 11, master number 11. Amazing. Thank you, Spirit. So, today, it's just different things, just to make the trip, go better. Um, so, I meet so many amazing people every day. I meet at least, I'd say at least 30 people a day or more. And then I've been setting goals about how much money I want to make because I have goals that I need to do for certain things. It's just always planning every day, and even you can write those down. You can take a piece of paper, put all the things you want to do in your life, like a bucket list, whether you're going to make them or not, whether it happens or not. But put that there, all the things that you would love to do, whether it's playing a guitar, going surfing, all those things. Now, relationships come and go with those, so we don't worry about that. Then the other side, take an eraser and put it, in the order of what you want. That's why you need the eraser. And some of them can be cooking. You're waiting for that particular time to come, like appointments, things like that. What you want to do, and let the other ones stew. There's no reason why you cannot do more than one thing in your life. I met this weekend people who are doctors, LCs, DCs, going back to school. Why? Because they love learning. They have an open mind, and that makes them versatile, so that if they can't do something, let's say their leg's broken, they can't be a waitress, they can do something else. So they always have opportunities to keep, making sure that they have funding and save money. I met a guy who's an assistant manager of a stop and go type of thing, but he also does, Uber. That people do their things that they enjoy what they do. So when you enjoy what you do, you are abundant. That's what you want to be when you've got those two twin flames, whether it's within you. It's really good if both people have a twin flame inside of them. That's the amazing. That is bliss. And that's when you have that, that's even better. That's when you have the ultimate relationship there. And you feel that electricity between the two. There's times that, I feel like I'm being, it's stinging everywhere in my body. And that's when I really know that I'm balanced. You know what I'm saying? And it's very healing, because sometimes electrical heat, can heal you, that vibration. It's like I found out I have 20/20 vision, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, these doctors have been putting me with trifocals, right? Do I still have the cataracts? Yes, but it's still, I don't need to have it done yet, which still gives it a chance to heal. There's a lot of things in my body have healed. Like I've been trying to gain weight. I used to be 145 pounds this time last year, but I know that I have a high metabolism, but I haven't been this skinny since I was 18, so it kind of makes me feel like I'm back there again. But I like having my butt, my thick thighs, and my dancers, but you know, I like all that. So I found out because of my gallbladder, I'm going through a stage where I'm not absorbing the vitamins and digesting right. So it takes a little while to find out, and sometimes, you know, I go to the doctor, they don't say anything. But like I said, I'm going to school to be a doctor because basic formulas. Back in the day, people worked out in the fields. They didn't have doctors. In Africa, they don't have doctors. So these people, you go to shamans and holistic people to get the right foods. A lady today, she's having upper respiratory. She had the pandemic. Uh, she was still having trouble with her lungs, and that disease does a lot to the lungs, and I've experienced it myself. So I told her quite a few things that could help her with arthritis and healing the joints, you know, from arthritis. And then I also told her about how to clear out the respiratory system with certain foods. Like today, I ate mango, salmon, spinach, and rice, which is easy for my body to digest, and it's a strong protein, but it's not such a strong fat that my body, you know, doesn't have that bile duct, which the gallbladder is very important. It's one of the filters. If I didn't know what I know now, I would not have had it taken out. So a lot of times these doctors know. So the basic formulas is herbs, spices, foods that heal when you are sick. And a lot of these medicines have that basic in it, but then they add all this other junk that we're taking in that, you know, is doing harm. It's just masking things. It's not healing them. Why do they do that? Because they want to do these experimental surgeries. I had that happen to me. Messed me up. They didn't want to do the other one. I'd be walking funny, real funny right now. Okra. Take okra, cut it up, put it in some spring water, put it inside the spring water, put it in your refrigerator for 24 to 48 hours. Take it out, pour it over a filter. All right, this is just something to tell you guys to re-wet your joints. Okay, strain it after that. Strain it through like a coffee filter inside of a screen or a colander or something like that. Put that in there, and then a few times, and then put it back in the refrigerator and drink, you know, this much, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, twice a day for a week, and you'll feel amazing. No pain. It also gets rid of inflammation. Can you get a fridge tour? Really? A fridge tour. No, you're not getting a picture of my fridge. My fridge out here has water in it. You know, see? It has water in it. Pineapple. And half of a chicken pot pie from KFC. Seriously. And then pizza's in the freezer. It's not my freezer. It's not my freezer. I live with other people, so. Hello, Levi. Those used to be my favorite jeans. Oh yeah, star date 2/2/2026, and it's 9:47 p.m. 1671103. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and read tonight. But we'll do it without the music tonight. We'll just go with the frequency here so y'all can hear it. All right, let's get tuned in, turned in, and tapped in, turned on right now. Spirits in the house, put your ears on for better listening, guys. And that way you can focus on what we're doing and you won't be disturbed. Don't forget to get whatever it is y'all want to snack on or drink or do, whatever you partake. Put your feet up, man. Relax. Yes. All right, let's see what we can get from the oracles. I gotta put my cards up tonight. They're getting a little weathered out here. All right. I'm glad y'all are here with me on this journey and shared it with me. All right, y'all, the train's fixing to leave the station. If you didn't catch it on time, you can always rewind, right? And catch the rewind. All right. Don't forget, energy is fluid, and there's no gender, just the energy. All right. I don't know why I'm thinking of Mario. Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's funny. All right. All right. All right, we got that one. All right, we got confidence. All right, this is like a Sagittarius energy, right? That's confidence, not arrogance, confidence. Confidence in knowing who you are, aware of who you are, and knowing who you are. And it's not arrogance, so it's in the right side up position. All right. All right. What else we got, Spirit? The number 42 is 6, balance. That's what that is. Maybe somebody is of Indian background and loves horses or Sagittarian energy. Yes, what do we got? Thank you. Okay, we got a couple here. That's too many, but we'll take this one. Wishing, listening, cycles, movement, and okay, let's get this. Well, we can try to get some of these. Let's see. All right, so, all right. We've got invisible. Okay. We got movement in the reverse. We've got cycles in reverse. We've got listening, right side up. And we got wishing. And then we have the high priest, the priest of spirit in the reverse. All right, so let's see what's going on. 1923. 37 or 73. We have 29 or 92. We have 16 and 42, yes, and the number 7. All right. So, with the invisible card and confidence, somebody's not feeling as confident, or maybe they feel like they're not being seen, or they just exude this confidence. You know, they don't have to boast about it. Then we got movement with the horse again, but it's in the reverse. So maybe somebody's stuck at this situation and the cycles are in reverse. So maybe they don't want to repeat these cycles anymore because they're stuck at the moment, and Spirit is making them sit down and think about that. So they're wanting forward movement, and they don't want to repeat these cycles or patterns. Okay. Then we have listening. Darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always, having being good. So when we're working with our shadow side, of course, the darkness always needs the light. Even though there is darkness, there is still something there, right? So we need to always listen to both sides to be balanced. It's like a person that understands the light and the darkness. They know that they could be, they can bring out that shadow side. They already know that. But the silence sometimes is better, and to listen to your intuition. Women, it's intuition. Guys, it's their gut instinct. Okay, men aren't always as what we've been traditionally taught. They're not always showing their emotional side or they're always their light side, unless they're more nurturing, because they were taught not to cry, or that's why a lot of guys have heart attacks, is because they hold so much in or afraid to show. They're afraid to get hurt, and it came from a childhood wounding, a parent that was not so sensitive to the child. And then here we are, there's two people here, and this person is wishing, back at the wishing well, wishing for things to change, the movement, the cycles to change. But always we need to close out cycles so that we can get to the new one. Transitioning, transforming, death, birth. And then the high priestess of spirit. She is, it's like Virgo energy, Sagittarian energy, Pisces energy. The high priestess is always in tune, knows the secrets, but they don't always have to use them. They are very confident. So maybe someone is not feeling confident at this time. They're wishing for something. They wish they would have listened to themselves because they want these cycles to change. They want to get that confidence instead of the insecurity. So someone here has insecurity. And that comes from not feeling successful, not feeling good enough. Because we're not letting go to past cycles. If we stay in a cycle to please the wrong people, like earlier, then, like sometimes families, you must show loyalty to the family than your wishes. And that's not fair, is it? You look around your family, everybody has somebody, and everybody's successful, but you're not, because somebody was trained that way, to never accept the love or be afraid to give love. So they go from one relationship to the next. They never finish one or close one out. And it's harmful. So, let's see what we do next. So, this is the high priestess energy too, because she has that book there. So we need to go back to who we are, the basics, the beginning, start over fresh, change the cycles, right? Get your confidence back so you can start manifesting. But maybe somebody also wishes for their spirit to come back, right? Their intuition, maybe they lost it because they went back to old cycles, okay? So they need to start listening to, or finding out, why maybe. Maybe they need to talk to someone who is non-biased, who doesn't know them. When you go to get advice from anyone, whether it's a high priestess should know before they even start, for things to tell whether a person's telling truth or not. Because a dark priest should never go up against the high priestess. So someone did not use their intuition here. They weren't listening to themselves. And they didn't go for their wish fulfillment when they had it. They had wished for that. Like I said earlier, someone wished for something or wished a long time ago to get that in. When they got it, they didn't know what to do with it because they listened to somebody else. All right, let me see which one I'm going to do next, Spirit. Let's use the little creatures. I love them. Little creatures. I'm not going to stay on too long tonight. I think tonight was just more of a channel message from Spirit. Not so much about the songs. Just the channel. But I see this person here is very confident and very happy and smiling, you know, within, you know, that smirk, that smile, that beautiful, and they're looking forward. And this one here, under the wishing thing, you can see that these two people here, there's a bridge, kind of like, you know, like a trellis, you know, like people walk through it. But if you look here real closely, I didn't notice that a minute ago, it's kind of like the twin flame thing in a way. If you look, you can see that this one is touching this one. Maybe this person is longing for that or missing that other part because you can't really see that other person there. Just like part of them is there and they're longing for that person. What else, Spirit? It's kind of like an invisible person that's coming out of the well. They're wishing again for that, I guess, person maybe, or that part of them, themselves, to be whole. It's like they're pulling it out of that well. You know, you ever have that feeling when you're sleeping? I forget what they call that. Where when you sleep at night and it feels like you're falling down a well. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. And then there's that bridge. Maybe somebody wants to bridge a gap or walk through that. So it's really interesting. You know, and you can't really see the feet of those people. But it's almost like they're sitting on the edge of that well, even. Or they're listening to that person. Remember I said earlier in the beginning of this, like, you know, someone, if they jumped off the building, it's like they're losing themselves and are wishing for it. Hope you guys are doing well and having a great evening. After this, I'll maybe read another couple of cards and then I'm going to go for the day. Maybe I'll be able to come on tomorrow, depending on how well a good day I'm having tomorrow. I wished really hard to get on here tonight. I'm trying to come on a lot more often, you guys, but, you know, I have things I have to do as well. And there's a lot of other good readers out here. Seven of Pentacles, progress. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, that's planting seeds. So somebody's not making progress right now. And if you look at her up, I forget which, I think it was from Surat. The melting clocks, you know, if you look at this, you know, in here, it's kind of like the clocks are melting. So time is just like, just melting away. Right? And if you look, it's weird because there's swans back here, and swans are always a symbol of love, you know, two lovers. Okay, and Seven of Pentacles is planting seeds. So maybe somebody didn't plant the right seeds, or they feel like their seeds aren't growing, and I said that a minute ago. They didn't plant good seeds everywhere they plant them because of their And this little thing here, this right here is addiction. That painting right there, I used to have it. It is about addiction. So maybe somebody's either coming off of addiction or they're addicted to person, place, or thing, right? That's amazing. And that's also like a little house on top of that elephant. And, you know, elephant has memories, very good memories. So maybe this person's going back and looking at memories, right? But if you look also too, there's elephants. And elephants are very loyal, they're very in packs. So this is also maybe about family. Family, you know, like we said earlier, about being loyal to a family and not themselves. Amazing. And then you got, if you look at it, you got the elephants here at the bottom, but there is those swans. Swans are very elegant, beautiful, loyal animals. So are elephants, and they travel in packs, and they're very loving. So this person wants to be family with somebody, but this is on top of the elephants. So, you know, it's like an addition, wants to add that to the family. Or maybe they weren't able to because it's in reverse. Okay. Also, whoa, I didn't notice this. Somebody, there's a telephone in here. Wow. First time I've ever noticed that it's on these cards. But there's no ear part. So maybe there's silence going on right now. But as you can see it, it's a telephone, the bottom part of the telephone. Like, I would go and check, you know, the paintings of Sarat. It starts with an X. X-A-R-A-T. Or Dada. I'm not sure which one it is. It's been a while. I used to know all the artists. And then, I don't know if y'all remember those little, I don't know if y'all know about the Tupperware. They used to have a thing where you put the little pegs. It's funny because I talked about that a long time ago. You know, don't try to put a square peg in a round hole. Um, Amazing. So looks like one of those, and this eggs or whatever they are is inside the sphere. So maybe somebody scatters their eggs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like we say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Somebody is taking their eggs and putting them everywhere instead of focusing in one area. What else we got, Spirit? Wow. Man, this card is amazing. Also, this person, if you look up here at top, there's like roots, like a tree. But it's coming out of the sky. They're not, it's like they don't have any roots anywhere. And because like I said earlier, home is where your heart is. So they want to plant some roots somewhere. Or feeling like they should have. Maybe somebody's got blonde hair, blue eyes. That is also Alice in Wonderland. They fell down the rabbit hole. Maybe someone's feeling like they're running out of time. Ooh, Six of Cups, memories. Wow. Memories in reverse. So maybe somebody feels like that you're just a memory to them or them to you. And you see the seashells. Maybe somebody likes the water. And seahorses are very loyal animals as well. Very graceful, very elegant. I did a painting of that one time where you could actually feel it. Might do it again. Then we've got the moth to the flame. Of course, a moth will eat, cloth and things like that, so it's a good idea to have cedar around. And she's kind of holding her heart, but you've got rebirth because there's is it monarch butterflies? But she's got, curiosity with the horse, which is loyalty. And the seashells. I'm not sure what the symbols are or the meaning of seashells, but I know that when you put the seashells next to your ear, you can hear the ocean. And we know ocean is emotions. Memories. Maybe somebody's got brown hair, brown eyes, or green eyes. But the cups is give and take, balance. So whoever this is didn't give and take. They just took. But they want that now. Interesting. They're wishing for that. And it's also earthly things. The number 6 stands for earthly things. So they're not worried about that as much anymore. Their memories, they don't want to be forgotten. Their legacy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. Then we've got the strength, fortitude, Gaia. Okay, and she's also loves elephants, but it's in the reverse. So somebody's feeling weak or they felt weak. We said that earlier, they just feel like they can't go forward. They're stuck. But you can, just pray about it. And then there's the tiger. Maybe somebody likes tigers. I know I do. And the tiger, the tigress, she did everything. She does everything in her, tribe or whatever you want to call it. She's the hunter. She's the teacher. She's the protector. She, she's the loving, nurturing one. Could be male energy. What else we got in here? I think we got the narcissist flower, the sword of truth, the halo, the staff, and the water. But she's looking more as the halo. Maybe this person's like a fallen angel or they feel like they've lost their angelic being, their angel. Like I said earlier, some of us are angels on this earth, and we don't think of the body as a prison like most people. That's why they always wait to die. They think that if they get rid of this body, right, it's something that you need to protect and take care of as much as you can. We've all been guilty of not doing things or doing too much of something or not knowing enough. Sometimes we trust the doctors and they're not always right. Some people aren't as caring. They just do it for the money or because of family or whatever. But in this case, some people think of it as armor. I know I do. And also, it is a spacesuit to me, to a lot of earth angels. So good to be in this world, but not from it. Is that the way it goes? Be of this world, but not be in this world, but not of it. All right, let me get y'all one more, and then I'm going to go for the night, and I'll do my best to be here as soon as I can. Y'all hit your notification buttons, and I really love that y'all are here and supporting the channel, and it is for you, and thank you. I learned so much from you guys, and as well, you know what I'm saying? So let's see, this is a little bit of love tonight. So I'm going to give y'all some love angel oracles, and then we'll say good night. Maybe one more of the soul's journey. cards as inspiration. And I'll only read it as an upright. Oh, all right. There we go. Thank you for protecting the dreamers as we've been on this journey. What do we got? Maybe also somebody could be from Asian country, Gaia, India, Pakistan. Beautiful big eyes. Beautiful. Okay. Fertility and childbirth. Whenever you intend to give birth, and that could be anything, ideas or anything, your experience will impact your emotions, mind, and spirit for the rest of your life. So here we have that, right? Giving birth. That's Empress again, Empress energy. But it was also in the reverse. So maybe someone feels that they won't have a chance again, or, you know, maybe they aren't as creative, or they've lost their part of the flame. You can always get it back. If you've had bliss before and you have been a part of a twin flame, just get back on track within yourself. Do your healing. Maybe, must be right because my right ear is ringing. So this person, whoever they are, if they feel that they've had a fall from grace and their twin flame is out there, they need to try to do what they can. Don't be in fear. You cannot walk in faith and fear at the same time. And it's never too late to give life your best. It's not that hard to catch up. All right, so we've got meet a kinship soul. Sometimes we need someone and feel like we have known them all our lives, and it's in the reverse. So a lot of times, like I said earlier, sometimes we think that we meet somebody that we've known them all their lives. You could have met before in a past life, true, but that could also be love bombing, right? So, or maybe somebody thinks that they are losing their their soulmate, their twin flame. Or maybe they didn't know this person at all. They didn't give them a chance to get to know them. And now you or them are showing a side that they never really saw because they didn't give it a chance, or they ignored it. You know, maybe with the family or the addictions that they have, they went back to them. Because sometimes people can, my dad said this one, sometimes people stay in chaos because that's all they know, and they're afraid to take that leap, to know that there's something on the other side. What they don't know is that you can always go back. But once you've had a taste, like I think the Amish do, that they go out, they have a year to learn. Once you've found real love, the bliss, the Kundalini awakening, it's hard to go back to the chaos that you once knew, because now you know what true love is. You just didn't know what it was before. Hello, Melissa. Well, honey, I'm fixing to go for tonight. Let's see what's love. I think you asked that last time. But love can come in all forms. So let's see what we got from Melissa. The Queen of the Ball. Are you Cinderella? Don't try to fit that shoe if it's too tight, but nobody can fit your shoes, Melissa. Think and live like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. See, I used to be afraid to fail. I'm not afraid of success. So if you have no fear, you just get up and try it again. And I was just talking about this just now. You shouldn't be, if you're afraid to be a king or a queen, you'll never get to emperor or high priest or priestess status. Because if you're in faith, you're not afraid to love, to try things, you know. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. Yes. There you go, Melissa. Yes. So let's see what else. Looks like you're going to be going to some parties, man. I know. I like Scarlett O'Hara. She went to the barbecue. She met the twins, and that started her adventure. You know, when she fell in love with someone, I think it was her cousin's husband, but she really wasn't in love with him when she met Rhett Butler. Yeah, Scarlett, my favorite movie. And, you know, she was in love with the idea because he was a married man. And a lot of times, married men have that confidence. They have that glow, right? So they get tempted, and vice versa for the women. But, you know, they should understand their confidence. Because anybody that has to go from one relationship to the next um, isn't confident. They're insecure. And they're leading people on, and it's just creating so much karma and debt. They're not healing. They're hurting people. You know, they can't build anything. So she, because, you know, when you have true love, especially if you're in a twin flame, everybody's going to want you. And you're going to be tempted. So you don't want to break your own heart. You know, if you're not to stay together, you still have to do it the right way so that you both can have that part of you still whole, right? And are still friends, right? But later on, she realized that she always loved Rhett Butler, and he was so in love with her. And he chased her and wooed her, and she was in love with somebody else because they weren't at the right time, but they were twin flames. And in the second movie, Scarlett, they found each other again later, and she had his child, and you know, he uh, fell in love with, or was in love with another woman after her, but it still wasn't the same. But he did love her because she embodied what, and the love he gave, or she gave to him. He loved her, but she died from the fever. And later on, you know, Scarlett went to Scotland, I think, and she became very successful. She had the child, and he came back, and they were together and had a wonderful life. So, just keep loving yourself, Melissa, and you will attract. Date yourself. Go out. There's times I go out and eat by myself. You know, I go sit by the water. I do different things, and I show the universe that I'm happy with somebody or without them. So when, let's say, my twin flame comes back, if they do, or if it's meant to be, or a new one, because you're going to attract it either way. So it's up to the other half of it to either come back in time, or they will miss the boat and somebody else will get that contract. Because if you were obedient, you will get another contract if the other one forfeits it. But they'll never find that again, because the universe is not going to give them, because in here it said they prayed earlier for that. They wished for that all their life. When they got it, they were scared because they were trying to you know, please the family. You know, I've gone through that where my family didn't want me with somebody and their family didn't want him with me, and it's really sad because you know, they're going to go without. Their heart gets broke, and I understand it. Probably more like, you know, a lot of people. Some are traditionally religious, but not spiritual. Um, you know, it's okay to be both. And you know if somebody's spiritual, real spiritual, because they do God's work. And your twin flame knows, okay? But sometimes they're scared of it. But it's the best journey you could ever have. It's the best life with no regrets. And you have that abundance. You don't just have wealth. You know what I'm saying? When you just chase wealth, it will come and go. And if you break that covenant or contract, God doesn't like that. I'm just going to say, He won't be very happy, and He'll sit you down and make you see. It's kind of like a judgment while you're alive. And until you change it, they'll sit you down. And it's not an easy one. God's very convincing, and He's very coercive. Only the devil is manipulative, and that's devil energy. And sometimes it's the spirit. Sometimes the spirit will chase you from different lifetimes. It just jumps into something or someone that you love. That's why you always have to be prayed up and having that high vibes and communication with God. All right, one more, guys, and then I'm out of here. And I wish y'all to have a wonderful week ahead until I come back on the next time to give y'all some more info. And I really love you guys. I really love this channel. When I'm high vibing, I don't feel pain. Always. And I have such enough love to give. I don't feel drained anymore. Only time I feel drained is when I'm people pleasing or giving too much to somebody. Sometimes we can build somebody's head up so much that they think, oh, well, you know, if I got this one, then, oh, I can go get the next best thing. But sometimes a person will take on your energy. If you're a high priest or priestess, they'll take on your energy. It's like filling a battery pack. And then they'll think it's their energy, and they'll go somewhere else and give it, laying their eggs in somebody else's basket. And that one card, the egg should have been contained. You too, baby. Thank you, Alyssa. Glad you're back again. It was nice seeing you the last time. All right, so we got freedom. Yes. This person wants freedom, and freedom is emotionally intelligent to be able to do and love who they want to, and that's the way it should be. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And there you go. Everyone should have their own happiness. Nobody can make you. They can share it with you. But they can't make you happy. They can't give you all the internal stuff. You should always have that. And that's the inner knowing, the inner twin flame. So, like me, I'm happy with or without somebody. Does it get disappointing? Do I see potential in somebody? Yes, but you can't make the horse drink the water. But I love you guys. Yes, I do. And thank y'all for being here. I love each and every one of you. And y'all stay blessed and gifted. Go out there and seek the light, be the light, and show the light. Show who you are. Show your authenticity. Don't worry about what people will think. Family will either come around or they won't. But you still can love them. But it's your life, not theirs. So what's it going to be? All right, guys. Till next time, right here at the station with me, your favorite spirit DJ, Brie, Bragg, in the house.
Some people just don't get it. Squarespace isn't just for websites.
All right.
You can get a
There we
domain
go.
from
Commercial.
Squarespace too.
But there you go. Some people just don't get it. She said it. All right, y'all. Oh, hi, Kevin. Captain Glass Adventures. Shroom. Funny. All right, well, you should try those. Yeah. They make me emotional. But I like the shiitakes. Yes, and the white mushrooms. They're pretty good. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Till next time, right here at the station. 5-5. You do? Okay. Oh, the shrooms, my shirt. Yeah. There you go. Have a magical day, yes. I'm all about holistic stuff. You know, that's where we got a lot of hallucinogens from too. But it was also to have an antibiotic. Well, I'm glad you love it. I love y'all too. Smooches from your favorite spirit DJ Brie. Till next time, right here at the station. Y'all go out there and get it, y'all. I'll want to hear about it next time. Y'all could also leave some stuff in the comments section and let me know how you feel and think, or if anything does resonate with you on the videos. All right? Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe out there while you follow your dreams, wherever they may be. Till next time. Bye-bye.